Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back to another video, man. Today's topic, bro, we are going to be talking about the whole Sydney Sweeney situation and the war on attractive people, man. And you know what? And I think that Sydney Sweeney is a perfect example of why society loves to hate on attractive people. And so, as you guys have heard or may not have heard, right, there's this whole jeans ad campaign, and people are just losing their minds. I guess very delusional people are just losing their minds, right? They're calling this girl mid, they're calling her a racist, a eugenicist, a XYZ, right? So there are just all these things that are piling on. And before we sort of get into the meat and bones of this video, bro, we're just gonna talk about how this girl looks better than 90% of women in the USA. And you would just notice how it's all these, once again, so this is not a political channel, right? But it's a lot of these overweight, big back, blue hair, leftist, bull ring having people who are very cuckoo talking about how this person is mid because they have let themselves go, right? Because they feel a certain way about themselves. And that's why I'm always going to say, man, you have to develop spiritual, physical endurance to be able to take on this society, man. A lot of people think just because you become more attractive that life will become more easier. Yes, in a certain sense, life does become more easier, but yes, life does become more easier because of the halo effect, but also the halo effect could also work not in your favor because it's going to really bring that insecurity and that hatred out of people, right? You will literally just be walking out and people would just give you a very nasty look, right? Or like they would just feel very down about themselves, right? Because when they look at you, they are going to see a reflection of them, and it's going to alert their subconscious mind like, damn, well, I'm not where I need to be in my life. And instead of actually wanting to become better, I'm going to lash out, crash out, and spaz out on this stranger, right? I'm going to say mean things to this person. Oh man, oh, he must be on the juice, or oh man, she's not that pretty anyway. But are you getting the same attention as this person though, right? Are you receiving the same privileges as this person, right? Listen, I'm not saying that everybody is going to be necessarily against you, right? I'm not saying everybody that you run into is going to hate you, but I will say the vast majority of people are definitely going to be, a lot of their lacks, let's just put it like that, are going to be really eating up at them because they know that they're very complacent in their lives right now, right? They don't want greatness, because they are living a life of mediocreness. And they don't feel great about that, right? Instead of wanting to be like, hey, how can I become more fit, right? How can I live my dreams out? What do I need to do? What steps do I have to take? They go online, keyboard warriors go online and start to spew all this hate, right? There are those anonymous pages in my comments talking about some, oh man, I give it to you, bro. You're Jack, but you're not that attractive. Or, hey man, pencil neck, bro. All right. That's cool, right? It's like, I'm not going to let that stuff get to me, but those are some of the comments I see. There was this one comment of this dude. He was like, oh, I asked my girlfriend if you were like attractive, and she said that you weren't attractive, but I would give you that you are fit though. Do I give a fuck, bro? Am I your girl? Am I the one? You're not the one fucking me, bro. Not to come off as vulgar, but like, women legit say that all the time. Oh, you are an attractive guy, or I get DMs like, hey, handsome, XYZ. But the thing is, I don't necessarily have to prove all that. That's just my reality, right? So I don't really let it get to me, but for the sake of this video, those are just some of the things I hear these people say. By the way, these people who don't have any face on their profiles, or it's some weird cartoon characterized person, because most of y'all are cowards, right? Most of y'all are ashamed of yourselves, right? Most of y'all don't have self-respect, because if you did, you wouldn't be eating yourself into oblivion. If you did, you would actually want to work towards becoming a best version of yourself, right? Because a part of self-care is actually looking presentable, right? And all these people who are like, oh man, Sydney Sweeney is not beautiful, Sydney Sweeney is mid, but she has self-care, right? Because you cannot be in shape and not have self-care, right? You cannot have a decent face, your hair on point, if you don't have self-respect and self-dignity for yourself, just with a attractive guy, right? If you are out here, you are letting yourself go, you have a beer gut, right? You have a Don Julio belly, bro, right? You haven't had a haircut in 60 days, man. You haven't even groomed yourself. You just look absolute, just dead, bro. Your face is breaking, all that, and just being in shape, right? Your fashion game and just wearing clothes that actually fit your frame and hug your frame very, very well are those small things that people subconsciously look at and say, yes, this guy has self-respect for himself, right? Versus you are walking out, hair is all messy, you don't care. So subconsciously, people are going to say, why should I respect this person, right? Why should I give this person my utter respect? Why should I commend them when they don't look like they even respect themselves, right? And this isn't a thing that's necessarily conscious, but people are thinking about these things subconsciously, right? Why do you think that people don't respect big people, right? Just like if you go to a salesman and this dude is OD just overweight, you're like, I don't really necessarily respect you, bro. And it's not even personal. It's like, that's just how human nature unfortunately works, right? Or that fat girl who's trying to come up and talk to you, you're like, why would I want you, right? Because if I'm here working on myself and I'm locked in and you're just out there locked out, we are unequally yoked. But I'm just gonna say that, man, because it's just true. And why would a girl who goes to the gym 5 days a week, right? 5 to 6 days a week, who is fit, whose diet is on point, hair is on point, looking nice and pretty, right? Booty looking nice, tight body, want to date a dude who's overweight? On average, that's just not going to happen, right? Because people want other people who are involved in their lifestyle, but people just want to hate, right? People want to just continuously try to bring people down. And it's unfortunate because people because there have been some models who have been bullied into actually committing suicide, man. And I love this word, man. There's this phrase, or there's this verse in the Bible that goes, do not fear those who can destroy the body, but fear him who can destroy both the body and the spirit, man. And that keeps me bold. And that's why you definitely have to have some spiritual endurance in this world, man. Especially the better you want to become in this world, the more you want to really lock in and be above and beyond everything, because all of those things are intertwined, right? Because we are both body, mind, spirit, right? Your physical has to be, you feel me, strong, right? And your mind has to be strong. And it all filters out, because if your body is being pushed into hard things, right, such as going to the gym and resistance, that all feeds into your daily discipline and you become more of a different person. And that's why I'm always going to say, man, being in shape is more than just about how you look, right? It's about all the things that you acquire, right? It's about that mental toughness, that spiritual endurance as well, that consistent discipline that you get. You just can't buy that. You actually have to earn that. That is something that you have to earn, man. And if you don't want that next step of your life so that you can progress and propel yourself to do greater things, right? Obviously, God willing, right? Because nothing in this life is necessarily guaranteed. But if you keep your faith up, man, and you keep working towards what you need to work on, and you keep developing your body, your mind, and your spirit, these people who are out there constantly trying to put people who are willing to do the work, right? Attractive people, right? Not just physically, but life choice wise, right? Those people who are attractive, you will continue to go up and up. And those people who are hating constantly, that spirit of hate is pushing them down more. And before you know it, you won't even recognize them, right? Half of those people who are preaching body positivity just love to be complacent. They don't want to do the work. They want to just sit there and just expect the world. But that's not how the world works, right? The world appreciates those who are willing to fight, appreciates those who are in the war, in the battle to win. So you must be willing to win. Don't fear, but fear him that can destroy both the body and the soul, right? So You must be wise, man. Try to not even give those things your energy, man. And I hope that this video helps anybody who's out there, man, who's just struggling with all this hate and people trying to make you feel low and people trying to just bring you down and make you feel invisible or unworthy. There are people out there calling her racist because of her jean ad. How is she racist for that? It was literally a commercial about trying to sell jeans, about how she has whatever, right, great jeans because they're playing into her looks because she is an attractive woman, right? I feel like most dudes can say that Sydney Sweeney is an attractive girl, right? She is slim. She got the, you feel me? She got the racks on her, bro. She got the racks. Probably has a little back thing. You feel me? But man, so it's a lot of backlash because people unfortunately don't want to see attractive people win, man. And that's the thing, even your own family might not even want to see you win. And that's just the unfortunate part, man. But just keep on pushing, man. Continue to focus on yourself. Continue to just keep God first, bro, because just get your spiritual, your physical, and your mental health. But start off with your physical health, and that's all. And that's going to seep into everything else, man. But if you enjoyed this video, man, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And I appreciate y'all, man. Blessings and love, y'all. See you guys.